hello. You know what I think I forgot to do, everybody? But I'm gonna say hello, everybody, and I forgot to send out the link. So bad, 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 man. So I just realized that as I sent it out. I usually create it, but I usually send it out. But I have a feeling I didn't even send it to my friends. So let's see. I don't see the link. There you go. No link. Oh boy. So
You didn't send the link to any of your white friends. Nice.
no, just you, just you. So the link is out. So my bad, people. So they're going to be running late, but that was all my fault. So, oops, that happens. All right, there we go. Look who's there. Why are you so late?
Because for the second week in a row, you forgot to do something.
Sorry. Hey, Bronco Talk from VA. That's a new one. If that's you, Spencer, I
It's his
put the
new
link in
channel.
there.
It's his
Oh,
new channel, sir.
he's got a new channel. I didn't know he had a
Made
new channel.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, so I sent you a link in the Twitter thing. So go there and log in.
He's got an outrageously elaborate intro and outro video. It's
I didn't
incredible.
even know he had a show going on.
He sent it all within the road trip chat.
You know what? You guys talk forever. By the time I get to it, there's like so many messages there. I usually can't get to it. Yeah.
It's kind of like when I go on one of my meme fests that you don't know what happened.
Oh, I did not know. That's a new show. All right, cool. Everybody check out the new show Spencer's got. I guess he's going to be talking about Broncos. I don't know. Broncos, those are some weird, aren't they? Those what kind of? They're some big animals. So there we go. So let's say hi to the people. Rosie starting us off. Hit the like sub on your way in. Hit it, and as you can see here, Spencer's new Bronco talk from VA. Broncos. So that's like who wants to talk about horses from Virginia? I don't know.
Do they have horses in Virginia?
I don't know. Rosie's putting in links for you guys to check out the show. BX from the Boogie Down is here. Why are you not in the trip group chat? Oh, that all I do in there really is just send a link. So maybe we'll create one on the WhatsApps.
Nope.
Okay. Nope. So all right. So management has spoken. BX Gunner, and there'll be no.
I'm in too many group chats as it is.
There'll be no.
I don't need another group chat for BX to send me memes.
Oh, you already have. He already sends you memes.
He sends me memes on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, he just, you know, he wants to spread it all around the world.
Hey, I'm not questioning it. I have nothing against it. I politely watch everyone he sends me.
All right, so here we go. And before we can start talking about stuff, Spencer, welcome to the show. I know you're late. I know it's
I didn't get the link, but then I decided, let me go get a drink. So I am kind of late at,
I didn't even send you the link, so you can't stop taking blame for something that's not even yours to take.
It's still fun to take.
It's
the blame.
not. No, it's not your. No, you can't.
Being
take,
a martyr
it's all me. It's all me. It's all me. Check out We All Leads if you guys want to talk about the Leads team.
How much of that 2.5 hours is actually about Leads, Gary?
Which 2.5 hours?
A lot of them.
Oh, I don't know.
Very little leads. Very little leads.
Very little leads. You talk about leads.
Bullshit. High on bullshit.
Well, that's kind of your middle name,
Yeah, my middle name's Tom High on Bullshit Ross. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I'm not blaming. You can't blame Spencer, Jose. I don't know who's blaming. Why are you blaming Spencer?
Because I seem to be willing to take it. It's just easy for me to do it. If I'm not going to be offended, might as well blame me.
There you go. And if you guys want to talk about wrestling, check out the missile drop kick. I don't know. It says missile drop lick. I thought it was a kick. Maybe you
Typed it around there.
I'm more likely to think it is a missile drop lick, but you know what? Probably
missile drop kick.
Can we drop everything right now and just work out who actually made the typo? Is it
we don't have to work out anything. We know.
Well,
Like investigation. It's just
it's Tony.
like, Tony did it. That's all right.
I know it's Tony.
Yeah.
I'm just being polite about it because it might not be Tony. It's totally Tony.
Yeah, exactly. Wherever Jose goes, he's call a man by his name. His name's BX from the Boogie Down. All right. I don't know any Jose.
Jose, can you see?
Oh, and look at you. Is that an Oklahoma joke?
That's an everywhere joke.
Miss Melina joins us. Welcome to the show. She says hi to everyone. I sent some pretty funny stuff. All right. Miss Melina saying hi to the group.
He sends me 100 things. So anything above 51 funny things is a good rate.
Yeah. Big Scunner has a channel. I don't know what he puts on there, but check it out if he puts anything out there. Oh, Miss Melina too. There you go.
All the reels and everything else that he sends us.
Yeah, Missile Drop Lick sounds like Tony for sure. And hey, look who else is joining us. It's Sam from the Greenwoods of, I'm going to say Yorkshire because that's the first thing that popped in my head, but I might be wrong. So, the Cleveland Costco Christmas party, office party. Yes. I like Costco. All right, everyone. So let's get it going. We are here.
We had to change my beer laws to get a Costco in Oklahoma.
You had to change the beer laws? Why?
Because you could only sell beer beyond under 3.2% alcohol. So that kind of wiped out most of the market of beer.
Okay.
Couldn't buy wine at a store or gas station either. So.
All right. So here we go. Mr. Tom says, there's a question here. Who's getting sacked first, Lopetegui or Gary O'Neill?
I did reply. Yeah. Well, it was called El Sacico.
Yep.
By the internet. And the winner of El Sacico was not Gary O'Neill. In fact, it's fair to say, factually, he was a loser of El Sacico, so he's probably going to need to go down to the job centre tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Here's a question for you, because I've watched many of his games. He's getting VAR'd and reffed out of games like nobody's business. I mean, like today, like I know it went both ways because there were multiple fouls in the box that they could have called both ways. They didn't. But like late in the game when you're trying to come back and that happens, you kind of feel like, how about it, But like, I don't know. I don't even know how that is not a foul. Like, a guy's going on goal, about to get onto the ball, and you basically knock them over. I don't understand how that's not even looked at by VAR.
Well, not to cut off all your Arsenal chat, because I know it's going to be a bit of a funeral in here because you didn't win. But just to concisely say what has happened to Wolves is quite simply they are getting what I would expect you'd get if you actually try to end VAR, and no one else backs you up, and they're getting punished for it.
True.
That's it. Done.
All right. So BX sends a lot of crap to Sam. So there you go. So BX, it sounds like management, at least management of my my DMs and my message chat groups has said no. You have to take it up with management. Send an email to Mr. Tom. What is the middle name again? TalkingNonsense.com. Chris Nix joins us.
And Mr. High Horse.
Is Chris Nix happy, I guess, right? Because his team won today.
Excuse me, Tony. I'm Mr. High Horse.
Yeah.
All
right, so let's get into it. So, Arsenal. They
dropped the ball.
They didn't win this weekend. And Arsenal Misfit joins us. Hello, Steven. Welcome to the show. Tom is like in Argentina, the odd one out. All right.
It's because I don't support Arsenal, Gary.
Wow. Why not,
I
Tom?
don't know. Because he don't like himself. He likes pain.
It's true.
He likes pain.
True.
He's like, nah, dude, I'm a masochist. I like pain. But let's get into it.
Choose a good
Arsenal.
football team. Absolutely good football
Arsenal
team.
brings you plenty of that. So
Yeah. So let's get into it. Arsenal.
How did it go, Gary?
The game was crap. The game, as soon as I saw probably the first 20, 30 minutes, I basically had thoughts of Newcastle match in my head, essentially, and that's kind of how it finished off. I mean, we did actually get a goal in it, so that part was good. But the way we played, the lineup, the substitutions, pretty much everything about the game sucked. Blame management, blame coaching, blame players. I think they all take a piece of the pie. I think the one person that can make some significant changes though would have been Arteta. So I'm going to say he's probably the main one to blame. But yeah, I didn't. Yeah, starting from I didn't like anything about it. The lineup, the playing style, the substitutions, and then the way the players played as well didn't help. So yeah, pretty poor game. Spencer, talk to me. Tell me initial thoughts on this game.
Well, it's hard to say because I feel like 1-1 was probably about the 45th minute, the first half. You would have taken a draw the way that things were going. I still had this feeling that I would have started Tyranny over what they did with Partey and Timber.
I would have started Skelly over.
It doesn't matter. I would have started something else, and I'll tell you why. I would have done non-inversion on the left side, and I would have left that as a flat back three, and then you could have kept the Timber, Odegaard, Saka magic that you had for the longest time, but you messed with it a little bit, and this is what you get. Skelly, Tyranny, whoever you want, doesn't matter. But and it's not that Partey didn't do a good job. I just think Timber would have been better off hanging out with Saka with that and working together and everything. But overall, just disappointing in general. But it's kind of what we expected. I mean, after seeing him play for about 20, 30 minutes, it's kind of what you expected to see what happened.
Yep. And talking about the back line, because you were talking about the back line, I don't think we have played the same back line. I think we've changed the back line. If I saw it, maybe 10 or 11 times. Some of that, of course, is injuries and maybe suspensions and whatnot. But we've not been able to play the same back line, even when we don't really need to change things up much. Like we didn't need to move Timber, right?
we're not going to beat Arteta's first year. 35 different back.
All right, let's not talk about yesterday, okay? Can we just talk about what we saw this weekend, all right?
I mean, the problem we got, Gary, is these guys can't stay healthy. And I don't know. I mean, it's ultimately like if Liverpool wasn't running away with the league right now, this would be a really good year because you would have pretty much first place to 10th place within 6 points. But unfortunately, Liverpool's running away with this, and now I think you're 7 points behind, and they have a game in hand. It's not looking good.
True.
And the health of the team is the other problem at this point too, minus the poor performance. You're going to have to shift your focus almost to the Champions League, the League Cup, or the FA, whichever one you want out of those three. It's almost to that point.
Yeah. So Tony, I know you get to have your say about at least the game from a high level. We'll get into the details because there's a lot we can get into.
It's disappointing, but I should be used to it because Fulham's been our bogey team for like 20-some years. Now they're the one team that always seems to put up a fight when we come to play them. But I don't have any problems really with the lineup. that don't like Partey there, but that's what Arteta do. So I don't think I'd really changed anything else
I hear you.
besides the performance on the field, which was definitely lacking.
I hear you. I hear you. Mr. Tom, were you around? You were around watching, listening to us. And
Yeah,
him talking
do you-
about it.
yeah. I experienced the Arsenal game through the medium of watching Gary experience the Arsenal game. Which in and of itself is an experience. Sam, that's 1994. Get it right, mate. But so basically, I'm gonna do 2 minutes where basically I'll say a whole lot or nothing while saying stuff. But anyway, basically, I thought it was really interesting how Arsenal women won, but because Arsenal men didn't, it was still like a funeral.
Well, you kind of follow the men, right? This is a men's show. We could talk about the women if you want, but
No. That's not what I said. I said on that watch along,
Yeah.
Arsenal women won, but the men still dictate the mood in the room.
Because men are moody. You know this. We are the weaker race.
Yeah, absolutely 100% true. But you all know what I'm getting at. The fact
They're
of the
the
matter
money
is, you
maker.
cover the women's game.
Yeah.
But basically, there are whole streams about the women's game. But ultimately, their result doesn't matter because Arsenal's result, the men's game result, is the one that matters. And they didn't win, so no one could be happy.
So
I'm not digging you out personally, Gary, just
Yeah.
how it really is. And it
I
got
hear ya.
exposed big time.
Stefan, welcome to the show. I hear what you're saying. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. But I didn't even know the women's games was on the same time. I just was like, oh, when I got there and I said, oh, yeah, it's on as well. But yeah, no, you were right. The men dictate a little bit more. A lot of people watch the women's game because they've watched the men's team. But
hey, I'm not
Yeah.
digging anyone out. I'm
Yeah.
just pointing out my experience of that double stream.
yeah,
I just want to know why Tom chose Gary to live vicariously through.
he just said he was watching the watch along. I was on it, and he's my friend. So leave it alone. So I don't understand. Where are you going with your comments, Tony?
I just asked him a simple question.
I just told you. All right. So let's get into it. Start with the lineup. I know you said already, Timber. I personally had 3 issues with the lineup. Partey at right back. Partey not in the midfield. Trossard starting. And that basically for me is one of the reasons why I think we struggled. I don't like those 3 moves. I think we should have done something totally different. We always, when we have injuries, we always lower ourselves to, especially if we're playing an opponent that we should be able to control the game against. We always seem to lower ourselves to give them an opportunity to maybe take advantage of that. I don't get that. If we had at least one strong line with like everybody that we know, what I would consider our best line, be it back line, midfield, or the top, the front line, I'll do that. But we don't. We always seem to weaken ourselves across the board, and we did that. Partey is not, he can play right back, but I think when we do that, we just weaken ourselves in the midfield because I think he's been the best, most consistent player in the midfield. And I would rather us rotate our coverage to support our right back than weaken our right back and weaken our midfield. And that's what we do when we move Partey back. For me, everybody has a different approach. Trossard, I think, cannot start for us. For me, he's best off the bench. I know Martinelli can't start for us either, but he's like the worst the best of the worst that we got.
Why is that, Gary? Because you're getting assists and goals from Tassard. What are you getting from Martinelli?
We're not getting much from Trossard when he starts. When he starts for a lot of games now, he's not giving us as much as what he has in the past.
He didn't
So-
do a perfect pass for last game to Havertz for a goal.
We don't get much on that side of the pitch when he plays. So when he does give it to us, yes, you can probably name a handful of times when I think he contributed, but in reality, not so much for me. Let's say hi to Taib, and then we're gonna let you guys have a say. But that's my thoughts on the lineup there. Taib joins us. Everybody, welcome to the show, Taib. Spencer, I kind of gave my. I don't know if I took any of your fire away from anything on the lineup itself. If you had any thoughts on that.
I mean, this is what you got when you have guys injured. I mean, you're going to get inconsistencies. You're not going to get the best play you got possible. I mean, I thought at halftime, like I think I sent it to the Mr. Arsenal chat, like, hey, at this point, you take Jorginho off, you bring Tierney on, you shift Partey to midfield, and then you throw Timber on there and you attack Bassey. Because he's, in the times that we played him, and Sack has got, I don't want to say gotten the best of Bassey, but causes problems for him, right? And I want to say it was last year, you ended up getting him sent off with 2 yellows. So that's the way I would have attacked it. I'd have kept Tierney on there, and I said, look, we're not inverting from the left side. Tierney, Kivior, and Saliba, you're going to stay here. This is going to be your area that you're going to in the pitch you're going to operate in. Partey and Rice, have Rice come back and sit at 6, maybe push Partey up, whatever you wanted to do. But I would have made that focal point on that right side and kept Odegaard, Saka, and Timber cooking with each other, because that's where you've had a lot of your success in these last, in my opinion, these last 3 games where you've scored 13, 14 goals. You've had that there's a lot of because if you remember, I think it happened in New York. I know it happened in DC, but Timber he previewed or not previewed his first start on the America tour was at right back position, right? So obviously Ben White's your preferred if Ben White's healthy. But I think that's the problem right there. You were looking for a goal and you kind of didn't really help yourself there. I don't think Partey was horrific on Sunday, but the problem is you gave up that early goal, playing off an inversion, in my opinion. If we go back and look at how that goal broke down, Kivior got caught off position. Timber's where he's at. I honestly think Raya could have done better trying to save the ball, because, but either way, it's one of those deals where if you guys are injured, like, how do you really keep a cohesive unit? And then on top of that, Gabriel's out, so your center back pairing's already messed up. So you're already going to sit here and do this tactical inversion on the road, which is already, I don't want to say sketchy at best, but on the road, you generally try to get a draw, bare minimum, go pick up your 3 points, but you're playing a risky tactical move anyway with a backup center back. And you can talk about levels and we should be better than Fulham. I'll agree with that to an extent, but when you leave yourself open for counterattacks like that's what happens. So I don't know if Gabriel is on the pitch if that happens. I really don't know. But there's a little bit of failure from the team, from the players on the pitch not being in the proper spots, and there's failure from Arteta to adjust properly. I'm not in this Arteta out crowd. I'm not even close to it. There's just too many injuries this year. I think that's just, when we're healthy in one spot, you become unhealthy in another spot. So, but I'm sure we'll get further into it. But that's what I saw, basically.
Yep, I hear you. We'll say hello to the Arsenal. Lucador has joined us. Yeah.
Luchador.
Arriba!
Lucador. Hola from Tijuana. Yeah. No, I hear you. I think we have answers, and I don't think we can blame injuries as to why we are struggling. Not now. It's been 5 years now. the previous 2 seasons, we should blame probably more on injuries because we lost trophies because of it. Right now, we should be able to manage with the players that we got, and when we've had leads in pretty much most games that we played. Probably what 3 games we have not had a lead in, and guess what? We've dropped points in all of those. Right? We've lost 2 of those. So for me, when we score, we're good. When we take a lead, we're good, and we should play to that. But Tony, go right ahead and talk to me. We were just talking about the lineup.
I don't. I'm just so used to what
You're hiding yourself from us? What's going on?
No, I was just looking at the midfield again, but I personally think we've been better with Jorginho, but I think the main problem is here you're playing 2 people as your fullbacks, giving them different roles, and doesn't work. It's Arteta that always tells you to invert instead of just. I don't know why we can't just play a back 4 and play a back 3. You don't mix them and try to make it work. It's a breakdown at some point, especially when you're using your secondary players for those positions.
I hear you on the back 3. If we are, as we say we are, limited in our resources in our depth, maybe go with a different lineup.
And all are pretty much everybody except for Saliba can play center back and the fullback position, and have played up for their country and stuff. So I don't know why you don't do a simple thing when you got injuries. Ben White's out. Just put 3 center backs back there. And then if you want your attacking fullbacks as your wing backs, and have a heyday going forward. Then you have 3 defenders back there at all times. It's logical, but it's Lego logic. It's what Arteta does. Don't like it. Just do the simple things to win sometimes.
I hear you. Got anything to say on the lineup, Mr. Tom?
Not one fucking thing. So I do have one question for Arsenal Luchador. Have you made anyone leave town lately? Tony got it.
I don't even know what that. I don't know what any of that means.
Well, but Arsenal Luchador is great on loser leaves town matches.
You know what? I don't know anything about that.
If you lose to the Arsenal Luchador, you legally have to leave your current town of residence.
Oh,
it's a thing.
You can't
it's a
come
real
back
thing.
no more.
Cool.
It's a genuine real thing. And to answer the question, yes, I do love Aqua.
It's kind of like when Zorro comes to town.
I don't know what you're talking
he kicks
about.
all the bad guys out. That's kind of what Arsenal Luchador does, but he ends them and they can no longer come to your city.
I hear you. Look who joins us. Why not is in the house, people. Why so negative? The process is booming. I don't think any of us are saying the process is booming. He's you know what? He's happy because all the things that he wanted to come true. I don't want them to come true. Why not? I don't.
But what's funny is we can win both domestic cups. We'll win the Champions League, and why not? Would still be the same person, and you would still say Arteta out.
Yeah. No,
don't stop being you.
That is his right as a football fan, Tony.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You can't say he's not going to win anything for you. Then he wins something for you, and you're like, he's got to go. They don't make any sense. You can't say he doesn't win games for us, then he wins games for you, and then you're like, I don't like that either. So that's
tell
how
why not,
I don't
Matt.
I get what you're
Tell why
saying, but
not, Matt.
nah.
Is that from the Fart Wars trilogy, BS?
I don't know what is going on. There's a lot of nonsense in the chat today, but
Oh, Gary. Gary.
no, it's all
you
right.
should
It's
see
all right.
it.
You don't even
You
have
should
to
see
talk.
it.
You don't have to say a thing. You can just be quiet. Yeah, thank
no.
you.
So Gary, but
No.
you are a man that believes in levels, right?
Yes, sir.
You are a man that believes in levels. I went out and
Yep.
found Gary in his younger days when he was a bit of a rebel and he shaved his head and he started talking about levels. I'm just saying.
Would have been better if you had put me in the glasses instead of Nino.
Well, you can't both be him and
I can be whatever I want.
the very white,
I
very white Mr. Anderson.
I didn't say you had to make me white. I just said you could have put me in the glasses as well, the reflection.
I
thought you
could
have. I thought there are levels to this thing. There are
Jackson.
levels. You didn't go all the way. You went like 50%, and then you just got lazy. If you're gonna go 100%, go 100%. All right. So there you go.
I only did that in the last 28 seconds. To be fair,
There you
Gary.
go.
So
you need to work harder.
A meme in 12 seconds and then uploading it in another 12 seconds.
I do like that. 100%. There are levels to this thing.
Gary, it's not enough. There's levels to putting memes up on a Monday night, apparently, and I'm finding out. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for the education, sir.
There you go. There are levels to this thing, and
You
we talked about
up your game.
Yeah, we talked. You done? You done, Tony?
But what dog said no.
Spencer's sitting there with all the composure of a man who's like, yeah, I'm really glad I'm back for this.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So there we go.
Just take it. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So we talked about the starting lineup. I guess we could talk about the subs as well, because I saw a lot of people talking about that. Once again, we need goals, right? We're down a goal. We need goals. So what do? Jesus. What do we not do? We don't even try Sterling. We barely give
Jesus.
We gave Jesus a chance. Jesus fell. He failed. So once again, Arteta doesn't use his bench wisely in my eyes. Personally, I said this before, I'd rather us try and get the second goal to take a lead, or to expand the lead, instead of what we've been doing, which has been drawing games. We've drawn 5 games now. If we, for example, I don't know, won 3 of them and lost 2 of them, for example, I think we'd be better off. I'll take the 9 points over the 5 that we got. You know what I mean? I think everybody would be happy with 9 points over 5 any day. So, you know what I mean? I'm not expecting us to win every game, but I'm expecting us to go out there and actually try to win some games when we need to either pull away or when we need to come back. We've seen it happen. So for me, I think that's where the subs were used incorrectly once again. Arteta doesn't like to do that, and we failed for it. So Spencer, I don't know about you, but the subs, the only ones I really cared about were the offensive ones, because defensively, no matter who we put out there, teams don't get to run away from us too often. I mean, think about, if you look at any of the games we played, the only time a team has truly ran away from us on goals is when we were down a man early. Otherwise, nobody's been able to run away from us. We lose by 1 goal most times, right? So talk to me about this. Just talk to me about the depth there, the bench and the subs that we used.
Well, I think my problem more, if not, there are options on the bench. The problem is there's a plan A, and then there's set pieces, and there's no plan B. That's really more of the problem. And if you're watching like on Saturday and Sunday, for example, it's more like, hey, we're just going to try to go play wide and hopefully attack from the sides as opposed to like, hey, maybe let's try to break through. Like you said in Worry when he came on, he did a direct run, but that was really it. Like no one tries to attack the middle of the pitch, so there's really not. It just feels like there's one plan, and then it's the set pieces, and I think it's also part of the players. Like they have to do the creativity on the pitch and make the decisions. But the first half's creativity was pretty poor compared to the second half's creativity. As far as Jesus coming on, he just, I don't know, man. Is it 22 games now and he hasn't scored in the Premier League?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to go to Sterling at this point.
He hasn't scored since January of last year. So.
Which is crazy. He's a talented player. He's probably just needs to change the scenery this time. But, I mean, 22 games without a goal. But, yeah, I don't know, man. In Worry came on, I think, too late, in my opinion. If you really were trying to go – and this is the thing also. If you really wanted to get squirrely with it, you could have pulled off your left back. And then you could have thrown in Worry on, and you had in Worry and Odegaard on the pitch if you're trying to go get the win. Because now you've dropped 2 more points, Vice. I mean, if you're going to drop points, go ahead and just all go for it, right? Let's just go out there and try to get that extra goal. And the subs, again, like I guess I text the group. I would have pulled Jorginho off, put Tierney on, and thrown Timber on the right back side at halftime. Not that Jorginho did a bad job. I thought Jorginho was fine, but Partey would have been better off in the middle of the pitch, vice what he was doing at the right back position. So, yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it was. I think we talked after the show on Saturday. It was in the after show where all the good conversations always happen. That maybe the answer is going after Sesko and Yorkis and bringing in a Chris Wood or something like that, somebody that you can throw on in the 80th minute to go get you a goal. You don't need him to play all 75 or 90 minutes of the game, but who are the backup strikers at this point? It's a bunch of forward players. I mean, I know the target man is kind of a dead art in this game. You don't have a guy hanging out in the penalty box anymore like you would, 10, 15, 20 years ago. But outside of Havertz, I don't know who the strikers are on this team. I know what people claim, on their CV says they are, but I mean, Jesus at this point, he's a winger. That's what he is. He's a wide player who can play a little bit in the midfield, do a little hold-up play, but he just isn't lethal in the box anymore. Ever since that knee injury, he hasn't been the same player. Very unfortunate. Sterling probably needs to be given more of a go. But outside of that, Saka does the business. He's elevating himself into a world-class player. Martinelli does great stuff outside the box, but inside the box, he's just poor. His decision-making is poor. There's a lot of issues here that, when your back line is bad, and you can't figure out who the starting 4 is going to be based on injuries, the front line is going to suffer in lieu as well if they have issues as well. So I don't know what the answer is. I think, again, the big mistake was moving Timber to the left side and not keeping him on that right side and going with a fullback and Tierney, whether you want to argue about his fitness. But look at Zinchenko. Plays during midweek and then, I'm injured, can't play. Like, what's up with these guys? I mean, are we training wrong? Like, there's legit questions here. Like, if you're a guy like Zinchenko, you're legitimately on the outside looking in. Like, you better be injured if you're sitting the game out.
He was out for me once Skelly came in for him in a game when it mattered.
Correct, but he played on Tuesday night. My point is he played on Tuesday night and he didn't even make.
But that was Manchester United. That's not really a big tough game for us.
But regardless, I get the joke. But he didn't even make the bench, Gary. That's my point.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
I think that could be also Arteta like stretching his players to the edge, and then they failing. Tony, talk to me about the subs.
This is kind of a result of you play all these guys for 50 games, they break down, and you have players that have never lived up to what we paid for, like Jesus. He had 6 months left on his contract. We spent 51 million on him. I thought it was way too much, and been proven right, given the time. But I'm like you, Jesus. It's a wasted substitution because he's not gonna do anything. I know Spencer was making an argument with Sterling, but what the hell has he done? He's not done anything when he's been out there. So the only thing that works is Winery, but you don't go with him because whatever he does in training you don't like. There's, I mean, he's what else does the kid need to do? He scored 4 goals in 143 minutes. To me, that says I deserve to be played.
Yeah.
Well, what does that say to you, Tom? When you come on, you do what you're supposed to. You kick the ball in the back of the net, but the manager doesn't bench you because you don't do something right in training.
I was a bit thrown off by the question because I didn't think I'd get a question. In all seriousness, I don't know what I'm supposed to say to that because the player has scored, but he's not playing. But then you can't play if you can't score if you don't play. But he's played enough to score. So, what is the real question, Tony? Or what am I supposed to? What I don't know.
You're supposed to say he deserves to play based off 143 minutes played, and he had 4 goals. You play the kid. You don't go. You don't go with Jesus that doesn't give you anything. Hasn't scored since January. It boggles the mind.
Well, I gave my answer, but I just threw my voice and made it sound like Tony. So,
way to go, Tom.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But no, in all seriousness, I think you should play the kid because he deserves it because he scored 4 goals in 180 minutes of football. Whatever Tony said. Just going to repeat it back. I don't know. But in all seriousness, I don't care.
And there you go. That's Mr. Tom's take. There was a comment here from Why Not? I think. Oh, so yeah, Stan has joined us. Welcome to the show, Stan. Thanks for joining us.
My favourite part of that was when he was very polite and said hello to the Arsenal luchador. Very polite of him.
There you go.
Very polite. He's a polite guy. He's a polite guy.
Is that the first time they've been seen in the same place?
Yeah.
I'm
just gonna say this. Hopefully, the person knows what I mean when I say this. But if you're not going to be cordial and nice to the panelists, then please check out another channel. I don't really have time for that anymore. Okay, you know who you are. So, but I do have a comment here from Why Not. We'll go into that. Yeah, it says, "Gary, this is definitely not what I asked for. He asked for trophies. So Arteta gives him trophies. He's not going to be happy unless it's trophies from Ancelotti, Zidane, Flick, Ragnet, and Campos. Yeah, I don't. If you want trophies, you want trophies. Who cares who does it for you? All right. So for me, if Arteta can get his trophies, then so be it. But I don't know. He needs to take risks. He won't take the risks. That's kind of my problem with the way that he manages the squad. He's too, as I say, risk averse, and it's killing the team. He's putting too much pressure on the defense. And once again, we'll get into the game now a little bit more. He asked the defense to go out there and be perfect. And guess what? Our defense has not been this season perfect. They will, and no defense is perfect, but our defense, when we give up a chance, it ends up in a goal. And once again, a team got 1 shot in the first half, 1 shot in the second half, and still was able to come out with a draw. A team had, less than 40% possession of the game, and still was able to come out with a draw. All right, a team basically did not threaten us much in that game. I don't think we felt threatened at all from what Fulham was doing, and still came away with a draw. We had all the possession. We had 10 times as many shots. Oh, let's go with 5 times as many shots, or 6 times as many shots, basically, and we still came away with 1 point. I think the magic number for us is 20 shots. I don't think we're that good shooting. We got 12 shots. We hit on one off of a basically set piece. Set piece is part of one way to score, but open play would be nice as well. So I think Arteta, the way he sets up the team, gotta be perfect on defense, and that's why I guess he continues to purchase more and more defensive players. Offense is the reason why we have not won in the past 2 seasons, because we've needed to win in scoring games. We've not been able to do it. Haven't improved there. Sesko was never going to be the answer, and that's the only player that I think we went for this summer. We need we need more. Sterling was a terrible buy in the sense that if you're gonna bring him in, you should use him, or else what's the point? I might as well just have. I'd rather have an academy kid come in and get some. All right, that's Sam Dalman. I'd rather have him come in and get the same amount of minutes as Sterling. It'd be better for him in the long term. But yeah, no, the way the game as a whole, the way it was played, and the setup, we weren't given a chance. We were given a chance to win this game at all with the way we set up, the way we played, the way we subbed, and and we dropped points once again. Right, Liverpool didn't even get to play, and we aren't even to put a dent into their lead. Chelsea goes down 2 and still comes out with a win. We go down 1, we can't get 2 goals, right? And I think we have a squad that can do all of that. I don't think we needed more. We need more to put the odds in our favor, but we don't need more because we have the numbers, we have the answers. Arteta's just not knocking on the right doors to get the answers these days.
It's kind of like those game shows. You got a choice of 3 doors, and Arteta always picks the same door every time because he knows how that door works.
Yeah.
But to me, last year, you got the best defense in the league. You go spend $45 million on another left class center back. I've seen his defense. To me, he still doesn't look any better at defense than Chinko. But I just don't get it. You keep on spending money there. You know that you haven't been leading the attack. To me, you could argue more that Kai's more of a just a forward. Still relies an out-and-out striker. We don't have one on the team. Arteta brings on the winger of Jesus. Jesus needs to be retired. I don't know why you keep putting him out there when he doesn't do anything. And you put Sterling out there, he doesn't do anything. You put out Laneri and he does stuff, and you wait until there's 5-6 minutes left in the game, then you're go out there and have a nice job.
For sure, yeah, no, I agree with everything. I mean, like I said, the same stuff we've been having before. Spencer, talk to me about what you saw in the game.
I mean, this has been the same issue, I think, for the longest time here. This team's not very good at breaking down low block teams. It's exactly what they've struggled with. When you put them against another top 6 side where the game is wide open, team looks great. If a team's going to have a go at you, it opens up their back line, and the guys are able to operate in space. The problem we have is they don't operate very well in tight corners. We don't really have it's, Martinelli. I agree with you on this one. Martinelli needs to start, and Trossard needs to come off the bench as an answer. Martinelli needs to run at that back line for 60, 70 minutes. wear them out. Maybe the answer also is to move Saka around on the pitch. Make him play smart.
I've been asking for Saka to move to the center or maybe do something different there, see a different part of the field. So
Make
no,
him
I
think
agree
about
with you.
something different. That's the big problem here, I think, more than anything. This team struggles to break down teams that have a low block. It's just, and I think we said this earlier in the year. This was going to be the problem. If they can't break down low block teams, this is what's going to happen. But with that being said, you only have one attacking midfielder on the team, and that's really Odegaard. I mean, you saying where he's an attacking midfielder, but I think he can play winger too. That's to me that's what you would have done on Sunday. You bring on Nweri, bring him on a little bit earlier with Odegaard, both of them on the pitch at the same time, and have them both trying to unlock that defense, look for that key pass. Guys were making runs. I think Havertz and Saka were making runs, but the passes just weren't good enough. So, and this is the unfortunate thing about this year. The league is, to me, if you take Liverpool away, it's wide open and probably the most entertaining it's been in a long time as far as from 2nd to 10th. Which is, this is the thing, City's in a down year and you're struggling, right? It doesn't happen every day. So I don't know. Hold on one second, Tony. I'll give me 1 second. They're going to have to make some moves in the offseason. And, and I think the answer is probably getting younger at the winger position. And what I mean by getting younger is moving on from Jesus. You're going to have to bring in another 9 to go with Havertz. I still love that idea of bringing in a guy like Chris Wood as a forward that you can throw on it when you need to get a goal in the 80th minute, just like a Giroud. To me, that's the kind of stuff we need to do. Look, when this team's healthy, that back line is one of the best in the league. But right now, you're just not. And that's what's ironic about this. We just went off of 3 games in a row where we had almost 15 goals in 3 games. So is it all doom and gloom? Feels like it, but we got Monaco this week, so maybe the vibes will be good on Saturday when we sit down and do the trip.
I hear you. We'll let Tom have a little bit of a say here, but some of you guys talking about I say move Saka around just because defenses can just put 1, 2, 3 players on him, and he's stuck on the right hand side. We get nothing on the left. You move him around, maybe we'll be able to at least get something else on the pitch through the middle, on the left, whatever, just something different. And I saw Biggs kind of talking about the defense. The defense is cool and all, but I want my winger at some point to be known for being more of an attacker. Then guess what? He also plays defense as well, and that's I don't get it. That's like saying our goalkeeper is really good. He stops shots and all, but he's really good throwing the ball in from out of bounds. It's like, no, that's not. I don't care about that. Mr. Tom, you've been sitting here smiling. I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's a mix of the comments are quite funny for various reasons. They're quite funny. Also, I was imagining things based on those comments, and it was making me laugh, kind of thing.
I don't know if that's a good
50-50. Yeah. But also, Spencer's making his usual astute points that are obviously drenched in common sense and things like this, and it's all gravy. And I'm sitting here thinking, but how can I ruin these bits of logic? How can I basically turn all it up? How can I just basically pour big shit sandwich or shit sundae all over it? But no, in all seriousness, very serious. I did do a bit of fact checking, and basically all the things that Spencer said that he said in the Arsenal fan circle chat are accurate. He's not lying. That's what he said. I didn't trust that you were lying, but the point was it would have just been funny if it turned out you even one character wrong on the keypad, and I'd have had to rake you over the hot coals for it, because of course I would. Nah, I won't really do that. I'm too lazy. But But my real thought that I was sitting here thinking is, I really hate Derby County, and I think they should go fuck themselves.
And that, folks, is how Mr. Tom ends a sentence. Basically, you put a period or a full stop or a dot or a comma, depending, who knows what you put, but that's how Mr. Tom ends his sentences. Mr. Tom, how do you end your sentences again? Oh, is he frozen up? Oh, he just disappeared. That was weird. You know, that it froze just at the right time. You went from here and then gone, just like that. That was pretty cool. But yes, Mr.
I
Tom.
think it's just the fact that he was ducked down and he didn't see Gary.
No, it froze for a second and then he disappeared. So that's why I said it. But he's back. So
You didn't know Tom was
So-
a
It's
mutant?
the internet.
so here we go. Let's say hi to a couple people and we'll move on in this chat. So Bargav has
Oh,
actually
saying hello to
joined us.
people.
Welcome, Bargav. Thanks for joining us. And
Oh, hey, Bargav.
yeah. Nobody's.
Bargav's
Some people aren't going for the Chris Wood intro. I think for me, I
Oh,
don't.
no, Chris
Wood's-
Wood's a great player to have.
Okay. Now, for me, can we get a starting center forward that is known for scoring lots of goals? Can we do that?
Why you want to be used in that position to score?
I
Not very
want
nice,
I
Roger.
want more scoring. If you told me you can find me a winger that will get me more goals, I'll take a winger as well. I know people are talking about why don't you move Salah, but Salah doesn't have the issue that we have. Salah isn't as concerned. Like Salah is, as far as I'm concerned, more of an attacker than Saka is. All right, Salah
Good
scores
gentlemen,
lots of
I'll
goals.
sort out my internet wire.
Okay,
Sorry, guys,
all right,
bear
cool.
with me a second.
No problem. So I think the comparison with Saka and Salah doesn't really work well. Saka isn't allowed to actually attack the back line as much as I see from Salah. He's more concerned about breaking down the defense and slowing things up and waiting for people to show up. I wish he would be a little bit more greedy. So, I think he could do better things than just waiting around for players to show up. Personally, as I've said it before, and I think I've said it on a chat or something like that. For me, at some point, Saka and even Martin Erdegaard, for me, just need to just say, you know what, I'll take you there. I'm done waiting for you guys to try to help me out. I'll just do it myself. That's kind of what I want to see, because I think we've been waiting around for other people to join in. They're not doing it. So at some point, let Saka just go and do it. Right now, he's the one that has the ball most times in an attacking position. Let him do it. Tony, what do you think? I mean,
Hey,
this
everybody.
structured football isn't working for me.
I think
I'm
you
Michael
could do
Jackson.
something.
Oh no.
Mr. Hankey's joined us again. How you doing, Mr. Hankey?
Hi, Tony.
It's for Christmas
I thought
season.
we got rid of this.
How you
guy.
doing, Tony?
Are you use a stool? Leave a stool?
Hey,
yard?
hey. Come on, motherfucker.
Hey, he's a leave a
Derby
stool
County, go
yard.
fuck yourself.
Stool yard
Go fuck
instead of a
yourself,
gulag.
Man.
Don't we have
yeah.
Tom back?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
No. See here.
Ah,
This.
ah,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry,
But,
Tony. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
But I'm starting further back, Gary. I'm taking a guy 2 seasons ago. He got 10 plus goals for us. You take Odegaard, who's your creative source, and you put him in the middle of a fucking pitch, and good things would happen because he has a chance to shoot up a goal, which he's one of the most accurate shooters on the team, him and Trossard. So if you put him on the middle, guess what happens? That helps you. Then if you have Saka making more runs to the middle, that helps you. Or if you have Odegaard running out to the right, Saka running inside, then you got Cross players are going every which way, and you get goals. But Arteta wants to pass it in the back of the net and get as many defenders as he can. I think he wants to build a team with 10 defenders.
I'm with you on that. I want Martin to shoot more, but he's too far back to even take it. And even when he's standing at the 18, the last thing he wants to do is shoot, which I find ridiculous. As you said, him and Saka are probably one of the best people with the ball at their feet. He's more accurate than I think most, but we don't even get to see him shoot. I think that's like that. Basically, you're just basically biting. What is it? You're biting your nose, spite your face, kind of thing. I mean, we're just killing ourselves.
And a lot of that has to do with if you have Partey behind you, then you're worried about playing defense instead about worried about trying to get a curve a goal in from 18 yards out, 25 yards out, like he's able to do.
Yep. Let the man shoot. Free the feet of Saka and Erdogan. Let them shoot. Spencer, talk to me. I say, and this is a comment that probably I'm all about. We don't have any game changers or players with individual brilliance. There's no clear-cut star, and that's what the manager wants. Is what I'm saying. He wants a good collective as opposed to a great player. You know what? Games like Newcastle, games like pretty much any game where we drop points, we need somebody who's going to be able to take something out of nothing. Right now, the only person I've seen do that consistently when they come on the pitch has been Nweri. That's because he doesn't really have to worry about the defense as much. But everybody else, as Saka has even said, I have to defend, and I actually then have to go and attack as well. And a player says that, and then if at some point somebody's going to tell Saka, guess what? You come play for me. All you have to worry about is attacking the back line and putting the ball, getting the ball into the net. I don't know about you, but Spencer, I want more from our most talented attackers than defense.
So who are we calling out when we say you want more from? Who do you want more from?
I want more from Saka. I want more from Erdogan.
Saka already gives you stuff. Why aren't you calling?
I want more. I want more from him. You think he's good now?
Do everything. Hold on,
because nobody else is. You know why? Because I don't care about his defense anymore.
Well,
I don't even care about it.
Hold on, Gary. Give me 1 second here. Why can't they pick it up? Why are we relying on one player to do everything? Look at Man City right now. Rodri's out of that team, and that team looks a shambles. And they've got stars, KDB, Holland. I mean, Saka's got 10 goals and 5 assists for you this year. How much Martinelli have? I don't know that answer. I don't expect anybody to know this. Odegaard's been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
Havertz I think he's got about 10 goals in all competitions, 10, 11 goals in all competitions. I mean, what's that left side of the pitch doing? That's who we should be calling out. I mean, and that's the problem here. I think we got 1 or 2 assists from Sterling, maybe 1 goal in the League Cup. I think Jesus has got maybe 2 goals or a couple assists or whatever. But those are the ones that are failing us more than Saka. Saka can only do so much because if the other players' levels are elevated, Saka gets less attention. If you're playing Arsenal right now, are you scared of Gabriel Martinelli? You are outside of that box. But the minute he gets inside that box, all you got to do is force him to the goal line. He'll kick the ball right towards the goalkeeper. I mean, teams know how to defend some of these players. So I do agree we need more from our players. I feel like Saka's pulling his weight. I can't go to Bukayo and say, hey, Bukayo, I know Gabriel's not pulling his weight. I know Jesus is on $265K a week and not pulling his weight. I just need more from you.
Yeah. The reason why I want more from him is because at some point somebody's going to have to do it. And we talk about moments of brilliance. He can do that for us.
I think he's given us more than enough. My problem is
I think we need more. And I'm not saying that if he doesn't do it, that it's bad on him.
Yeah.
But I just think he needs to do more because I think he's the only one that can. You say why can't these other people do it? And you know what? Why they can't do it is because why they don't do it is because they can't. They can't do it. Martinelli's not going to get any better. Trossard's not going to get any better. Jesus not going to get any better. Spencer Sterling's not getting a chance.
I'm not getting any better.
And Weary's not getting a chance.
You just get getting any
so you
better,
got 5 players there, all attackers. None of them can do it or get a chance to do it. So when
And-
whoever's on the
and-
pitch can. Saka's
Well, then,
always going to
I'll
be
say
there.
this
Of course,
much.
always going to be there.
Here's the thing: if Saka's the only player we're relying on to win a league, you're not winning the league. You're just not. You might finish third.
Some
You
will
might
say
finish second.
Liverpool's not winning the league if Salah doesn't drag them across the line. And guess what? And nobody and
The other
everybody
question
and you're going to
to you-
say and everybody's going to say what? Oh no? Yes. Yes, the only reason why Liverpool will win a league is if Salah drags them across the line. And guess what? That's what he does. And
Okay,
I'm saying,
but
yes, it's a
here's the
lot to put on
question.
it's a lot to put on a 23-year-old shoulder. But guess what? That's the cards he's been dealt. Arteta has dealt
Here's
these
the
cards.
question, though,
They're
Gary.
stacked.
How
against
many
them.
of the other players on Liverpool are pulling their weight, though, on that front line?
What is Salah doing? He's one of
But
the
that's
top
not the question I
PA
asked.
guys in the league. Yeah.
My question I asked is they've got other players that show up and play.
Yeah.
When he's healthy, Jota plays.
Yeah. You know,
I mean,
they have the
this
same
is-
number of goals as we do. So actually, it's not making a difference. But I do know that Salah is pulling a lot more weight. Yes.
I'll tell you the
But
problem is the
so-
reason
so
Arsenal are where they
to
are
talk
right now.
about Liverpool and all those other supporters, right? The goals are coming. They're not any more than what we got. They're exactly the same number of goals as what we score. So that's not the issue.
So here's
That's-
the problem that Arsenal have this year. If we're going to have this come to Jesus meeting here, and not the good discussion naturally, Gary, as always. You had the sending off against Brighton. You're up 1-0. You blew the game, and then you had the sending off against Man City. You blew the game. That's 6 points right there. I mean, 4 points you blew right there, and then you lost it in Newcastle. The problem with this team this year is defensively they're more leaky than they were last year. That's the real issue we have right here. But again, you've got moments like on Sunday where they go down 1-0 and you're like, my God, where's the goal going to come from today? You know that feeling when you watch them sometimes. But then you'll go have them play in the Champions League this week and they may smack Monaco. It's such a Jekyll and Hyde team that, and I did say this, you break the season down into thirds because of the international breaks that we've had. That's the easiest way to look at this right now. But, Odegaard's finally back. And we've got 9 points, 10 points from 12. Granted, one of them's Champions League, but I'm looking at it in its whole cosm. But let's see how they respond this week. My opinion on this is I'm getting what I can get out of Saka. What I like more, absolutely. With Saka, if I would love Saka to start knocking off what Salah has, that kind of production. But I need people like Gabriel Martinelli to step up. I need Trossard. I need Havertz to step up. I need Odegaard. I need you to take the game by the back of the neck. Be the leader. That's what I need. If we've said this before, the reason that team 2 years ago outshot what they were is because Martinelli had, I think, 10 plus goals. And that's what it comes down to is the support role players for Saka. We can only get so much out of them. And I've already rambled enough, but
that's also when Odegaard had 10 plus goals. He was in attacking positions. Now Arteta keeps him deep where he can't do that part. You have a creative midfielder. I don't know why he's a right-sided midfielder for you.
Yeah, he's not playing as a creative midfielder. Let me just say hi to Anders, and I'll let you have your say, Tony. Anders, welcome to the show. But I hear you, Spencer. I don't think we're going to agree on that one. But Tony, what you got?
That's okay. That's okay, yeah. Gary. We still love each other.
Yep.
First, I'm going to finish what I was going to say 20 minutes ago. I was going to say this season is a lot like this season. Leicester won the title. Everybody's kind of just bunched up together. There's just a couple of teams a little bit out ahead and everybody else is bundled up. But when you're in trouble is when you look at your entire left side and your left-sided center back has more goals than he probably has more goals than all of them combined in the league.
No, he's only got
I-
4 goals, so he doesn't have more goals than Trossard has 4 goals, so that's not true. But you're right about Sterling's got 1 goal, Jesus has got 1 goal. Martinelli though has 4 goals, so yeah, no, I mean in the season, yeah, it's good that he's got Aguilas has the 4 goals, but like I said, they need to do better, as Spencer said. But like I said, for me, as much as we say if Saka was a 2020 player, that won't help us win a league. I think that will help us win a league because it's not helping us holding him back. If he ends up with like 30, 25 in terms of goals and assists in the season, that might get us to where we want to be. But that's the only way it's going to happen right now, unless we get more players or we change our formation. Sorry, Tony. I just
I just keep thinking it's like everything's hinging on Arteta because he doesn't let these players be creative. He sets them in positions where they're not the best. Like I said, Odegaard should not be your right midfielder. He shouldn't be your right 8. I don't care if he's good at defense. If you want to worry about defense and scoring, go ahead and do what you've done in the past. And Saka can be your right wing back, and he can go forward from a defensive position. I mean, that's what Arteta wants out of him. Like I said, it's funny that one of our former players that couldn't make it into the team, he's great at attacking. He's second in Europe in assists, but Arteta didn't like him because probably what he did in training or whatever.
He can't defend. He can't play fullback, Tony. Not for us.
That's he's played wing back because
we don't have. Do we play wing backs?
We play wing backs.
When?
Call them,
Who's our best wing back right now?
We play as wing backs.
Who's our best wing back right now?
I'll tell you my best wing back is.
Who's that? Wingstop?
I don't think I have Wingstop there.
Oh, come on. That's obviously true. But from another, I don't think there's a Wingstop in England. I'm not too sure.
No.
Actually, not. I have to look into that.
Yeah. Tony, you haven't answered my question because you can't. Tell me our best wing back.
It would be Zinchenko.
I don't want him playing on my team.
You're not playing as wing backs, though.
Because exactly, he can't play. He can't play a fullback, and as a wing back, he doesn't present anything to me in means of like scoring opportunities. So try again.
Here's the thing, though, Gary.
You're comparing Zinchenko to Nuno Tavares, and then saying that's how this is thing. That's a good. No. That's pick somebody else.
So here's the thing, though, with that, though, Gary. And this is the thing: if you're going to run an inverted fullback, that now gives you almost 2 double pivots, where Odegaard could potentially move up as a shadow striker, hanging out behind Havertz. And that's why, like, for me, like, if you're going to do the inversion role, I don't see where you're taking advantage of adding that player into the middle of the space. So you've got a guy that's running in behind Havertz. But I mean, Odegaard does good as a box-to-box midfielder. The problem is you kind of lose out on that, the distribution up top if he has to jump back on defense. That's the thing. So that's the thing on Sunday. On Sunday, you inverted from both sides. And I thought, I'd have to go look. I'm pretty sure Partey did some inversion, but a lot of it was done from the Timber side. And I saw Timber, and sometimes it looked like Zinchenko's positioning out there, where I was like, dude, you are like almost tickling the right side of the pitch. But yeah, the whole thing is the guys have got to step up. And this is, I think to me, I'm starting to blame the defense, because games where we used to be very clean sheet driven and solid back line. Now, granted, it's injured, So that's not being withstood. I mean, you look at the Liverpool game. I know people are going to say, your backup should be able to come in and do it. But you didn't have Saliba in there, which Saliba got sent off in the Bournemouth game, right? That ended up being a 2-0 defeat. That's a game we're forgetting about. And then you didn't have Saliba for the Liverpool game. And what happens?
But
Gabriel
if you
gets
score 2
injured.
goals in any of those games, if you take a 2-goal
should.
lead in any of those games, then you can't always. I keep telling you, you're asking for a perfect defense, which has not been even anywhere close to what we've seen all season. And guess what you saw in the previous you know what? In the previous 2 seasons, you saw a near perfect defense a lot of times. Now you're asking them to do a 3rd season in a row but not improve on the offensive side. I think you're asking a lot. You're asking a lot. So guess what teams do, right? Guess what? They're not going to hurt us on the attack. So we're just going to hurt them on the counter. We're going to just wear them down.
That's the problem, though, Gary. Like defensively, we're not as sound as we were last year. I think that's the bigger issue. Look at Sunday's goal. That was conceded from poor defensive positioning, poor defensive movement, guys getting caught out of their spot. That's what that Sunday's goal was, because Fulham didn't offer anything going forward until like maybe the end. They had a couple of shots when they took what's his face off. I'm forgetting. Someone help me out. Jimenez off. Once he took Jimenez off and they brought another guy on, they were a little bit more pushy up front, but they didn't really threaten you as far as going on the attack.
Spencer, quick question.
Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
How much of that is it the players or is it the coaching? Because you have these guys going forward, but nobody's dropping back to cover in defense. You're leaving your 2 center backs on islands. So is it the players?
What Kyrgios did in that game has nothing to do with what happened in the midfield. Stop it. When Calafiori got turned by Savinho, that had nothing to do with anybody else but him. It was a man-on-man situation, and he failed. Right?
Which game are we talking about?
I'm just talking about the scenario that he's talking. Kyrgios messed up in the Fulham game. He let a man get by him.
Him and Timber.
Right? Calafiori had the same thing. He did the same thing in the City match. He let Savinho get past him. Right?
Exactly.
Those are one-on-one situations that if you're a goal side, if you protect your goal, you don't give up that space.
Well, see, that was the thing. When you started doing the inversion, they did kind of drop into a back 3 and allow the one fullback to kind of free reign. But now you watch some of these games and both fullbacks are inverting. So here's the thing also.
But also think about that. When Trossard did the same thing in the game, right? He had a man on him on the outside of him and he let him go. Are you going to blame that on the back line or are you going to blame it on Trossard?
Well, Trossard should have never passed that ball back. I'm blaming it on everybody.
Yeah.
It's a collective failure on top of that. It's a collective failure. It's a collective failure on Trossard kicking the ball back. It's a collective failure. Saliba not saying, you know what, I'm going to let you through on this one. Because if I pull you down, now we're down to 10 men. Go ahead, Tom.
I was just agreeing with you. Whatever you was going to say, I was going to say some random nonsense over it.
Well, let me just say hi to
Gordon. He's a loser, and he's probably going to be investigated for sex crimes. I don't know. What we're talking about. I have no idea. Sorry, just went too far. I do have a question for you, gentlemen, though. In all seriousness, a serious question. That serious question is, in January, are you sending Sterling back to Chelsea?
Sterling, Martinelli, Trossard.
Would you?
Yes. If we're not going to play him, why are we going to spend any more money on him? We're not playing him. I don't understand why we would keep him. Are we going to save him for the second half of the season?
Calm down, Gary. Calm down,
Gary. We need to play now.
I say no.
Tom gets attacked for asking a question.
I'm not saying
attacked. I'm just answering the question with a little bit of flair, a little bit of energy. That's all. Nothing against Tom.
How much flair, Gary? Ric Flair?
Ric Flair. Definitely. Ric Flair. Maybe a little bit of Randy Savage flair, you know.
Nah, he went Ole Anderson and Rick. He went full forward.
Remember I went what was it, Hacksaw McDuggan. kind of flair.
Hacksaw McDuggan, where if you buy Hacksaw McDuggan, it comes with a free toy and fries.
Maybe I went British Bulldogs as well. I mean, I could have gone in many different directions here.
Tom, when you go to McDonald's to pick that up, you get a 2x4.
Yeah. But
and the American flag.
So,
and
I got some comments. I did want to actually just
people are agreeing with me and my reaction.
No, everybody agrees with you because they don't like me.
Sterling
Martinelli wanted it. Yes, they can't fault it. You know what? Martinelli wants it a lot, but he's just not technical enough. So Gary sounded pissed at the Sterling question. I didn't sound pissed. Hey, Scooby-Doo too. I just think he's got to go. He brought up a question. I'm like, let him go. I'm not upset. I'm not pissed. I think it's an easy decision. Bye. Goodbye.
Yeah, but no, Arteta, I hope I buy him at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I'm not sending Sterling back because you can't guarantee we're going to be healthy the rest of the year.
We don't play him, so it don't matter.
But okay, so what are you gonna do? So hold on.
I say bring Max Dowman in. I bring somebody in who's gonna actually get minutes.
Martinelli gets hurt.
Breaking news.
Anyway, Martinelli gets hurt. You get Trossard gets hurt, and then who are you gonna play then? I sent Sterling back because I wasn't playing him. Well, now you're gonna be out back with nobody. You can play.
No, you're gonna bring somebody in. That's the point of this January window. What you think is just to let people go? You don't think you're allowed to bring anybody in, or it's only a one way? It's a one way.
Who are we gonna bring?
I don't know. Somebody you might play.
I don't.
We need to play somebody yesterday, and a week before, and a week before, and a week before. If you're not gonna play Sterling, then when are you gonna play him? You're like you said. The only time we're gonna play him is if we're down on our luck and everybody's injured. I don't want that guy. I want somebody who will play even when we have healthy players.
I got a scenario for you. All right. Did you think we were going to play Zinchenko at all this year?
I told you. What did I tell you? As soon as after the injuries were a done issue, right? I told you that's probably the last time we'll see him. All right. He only got to start the first game of the season because of injuries. I was done with him.
There you go. You answered my question.
Yeah.
Because of injuries. That's my point. That's why you bring in people like Sterling.
And I don't like him. I don't want to have players that only come in because of injuries, and that's a last resort. That doesn't make any sense. That's not called depth. Right? That's not depth. When guess what? Everybody else is injured, I'll let you play. No, I don't want that. I want somebody. Guess what? This guy's having a bad day. Let somebody else come in and have it.
Well, Gary, we can't field a 9-man team when 2 of the options are out. We can't.
No, you go get players that can play for you, not players that are your last resort. That's how you That's how you build a team. You don't build a team with players just because. You know what? I'm going to hold on to you just because I don't want to go out there and do a little bit of work and find somebody that I actually will play.
You do realize I'm answering Tom's question about would you send Sterling back?
I don't care what you're saying. I just want to fight.
That's not very nice.
It was a great question.
I think I just wanted to fight.
No, it's okay. This is good. This question. I got an interview tomorrow. This will work perfect. That's for it. But no, this is.
Sorry, that was bad. That was bad on me.
For it. This is good. So this is my question now. Like the question that Tom asked was, "Hey, would you send Sterling back?" And my answer is no, because I know injuries are going to happen. I will agree that the Sterling thing has not worked out at all. But on the flip side of that, I don't know who they're going to bring in January. That's the question right now. We don't know that answer. We don't know what the finances are. The moves in January are never great anyway. So I know Tony's about to say we got Odegaard in January. I know.
We got Trossard in January, right?
Yeah.
Could have got a Mudryk in January if we were silly.
Well, if we ever got that's the thing. We dodged a bullet on the Mudryk one because we got Trossard instead, and we can argue Trossard's been a better value.
Yeah.
We don't know what the long term for Mudryk's going to be, but at the same time, what we needed at the moment, Trossard worked out. Yeah, I think Tom's
where he probably can get some minutes, play him anywhere.
That's who needs the push here at this end.
Yeah.
Like if I'm Arteta at this point, I'm playing some of these young kids too.
Yeah.
Or you got to send him out on loan. I don't think where he goes out on loan because I think he's good. Go ahead.
Serious breaking news.
I don't think
I've
it's
got a
serious.
result in. I've got a result in for the United Lucha Wrestling League. Hacksaw Jim Duggan has been defeated by the Arsenal Luchador, and he's been sent back to McDonald's.
Ha.
Sorry, it's just the important thing. Just
Yeah.
an important-
So, Tony, would you swap Saka for Cole Palmer?
No.
Okay. Spencer, would you?
No, can I get Cole Palmer though? Regardless,
Well, that's a different question. But would you
Would you swap him
take
for
Saka
Cole
for
Palmer?
Cole Palmer, Mr. Tom?
the Christmas farter? No, no.
Mm,
I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't swap Junior Firpo with 6 months left of his contract for Cole Palmer. But of course, that's because I like to play a bit on the wild side, of course, with my football.
yeah.
Personally, I'd go, sorry, Cole, you ain't got what I'm looking for. Goals, exciting play, penalties,
Can't have any of that.
scoring
The
them.
problem, the only reason why Cole Palmer won't work is because of Arteta. It won't. He won't because
Cole Palmer would work great in this team.
he
Good
not
player,
the way
good
Arteta
player.
would want to use him.
He would
Because think about it, the first thing he would
would
do
play
when he
him.
came in, he would go, "All right, and these are your defensive responsibilities. We'll talk about the offense next week." That's how that conversation would go.
Yeah, but these players still have a brain on their own. I know it's hard to think.
And you break the rules and go off on a tangent. We'll see you on the bench. We'll let you go. That's how it is for me. That's what I've seen. We've seen it before. So that, like, you're asking Arteta to bring in a player who does the exact opposite of what he wants out of certain positions on the pitch, right? I don't think Cole Palmer has that defensive capabilities that Arteta's looking for.
I think any manager in this league, if given the chance to put Cole Palmer in their 11, is finding a spot for Cole Palmer.
Well, the reason why we let Aubameyang go is what? Because he didn't do all the other things that Arteta wanted. The reason why Lacazette probably played a lot more is because he was okay playing as a center back, even though he was a striker. So I'm just going by what I've seen.
Cole Palmer would not get in front of Brendan Aronson. I'll tell you that now as fact.
Yeah, I watched that game, and Brandon Aronson, yeah, he pissed me off. But he did play well.
But when I say it, people are like,
"No, you can't say it.
Why
you can't say it.
You can't say it. Why are you picking on him?
No, but you can't say it. You can't say it. That's how that works.
Why not, sir?
Because you can't.
Racism.
I seen your passport. You can't say it. I got a passport just like it, but I've seen your passport. I got another passport as well, so I can say it.
But yeah,
Tony, what you got to say?
Quite crap lately, Aronson. To be fair,
about what?
Whatever's on your mind, Tony.
I just think we need a new manager as soon as possible because the tactics don't work anymore.
I hear you. Say hi to Saka from us, Chris Nix. Yeah, the tactics aren't working. I tell you, well, he changed it. Yeah, will he change it? That is true. We are almost at 90 minutes. This show went really fast. I know I probably screamed at people, said some bad words to some people. Gary's bad words.
You're accosted,
I think
Tom,
you've been quite fiery.
Tom got accosted.
I called it flowerful. It's a little flower, a little energetic. That's all. I got a little hot.
A little colorful.
Yeah, colorful. There you go. There you go. Now, it's we're keeping Saka, but the fact that we could have bought Cole Palmer, the fact that there's many players we could have went out there and bought that probably would have been more better contributors to us. Kudus and Doku and you name them. All these players that are probably in our price range that we did not go after.
If.
Yeah, I know there's lots of ifs, but you know what? But then we went for the Sambis and the Tavages and the Marquinhos and the Fabio Vieiras, and look where they are now.
Some days you get a box of chocolate, other days you buy Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, Gary, you crazy. That impression was spot on. I don't know what impression did I do back a minute ago. Well, I don't know what I did. Gary's profanity is getting out of hand. Yeah, I did say a bad word. I told Spencer to. Did I say I don't care what you had to say? That's
Before
rude
we
to me.
finish, I do hope I'll be afforded time to do what used to be a recurring segment.
That have to do with like things in a bag.
It has to do with me eating, of course.
All right, so yeah, you know what? Let's take a little break. We'll let Mr. Tom have a say, but before that, I need to giggle a little bit. Dude, you can't. You have to get a new bag of chips. I don't want any of this. I tried this one 5 years ago bag because I love those faces. Those are the best. The only problem is your video today is a little. It's not gonna get. I'm not gonna get a good look if you do say something. So talk to me. Tell me what you got there in the bag. And you know what?
Well, from
You know
my
what?
end, it's perfect. I don't know
All
why
right,
the internet's playing up. But,
yeah, let's see what you got.
Before
Let's
we
see what you
start,
got.
let's get Tony, because I know you're a big fan. Derek 2's back.
Derek 2. How can you tell? How can you tell?
Derek 2, baby.
How can you tell he's Derek 2, by the way?
It's the law. Everyone knows Derek.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right.
Tell us about what you got in your bag today, sir.
I did go to the local crisp emporium.
Oh, the emporium.
The chip emporium.
Sorry, sir.
I said the emporium
Local
was back.
crisp emporium.
Crisp
Yep.
emporium.
Totally says emporium, doesn't say Max. And I said to Max, I went, "Hey Max, can you steal me some crisps?" And he went, "Yes, sir, I can." Because, you know, and I was like, "Oh, hey." And he was like, "Yeah, it's not ad stuff. Absolutely not ad stuff." I went and got some extra strong. So I can't even see what they're called here. Sorry, in the dark. But basically, it's this one. Hot chicken wings.
Hot chicken wings. All right.
Hot, extra strong, hot chicken wings. Chicken wings, baby.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Oh, the wee man is not good to be around after Sprouts, but I love them. I love all veg.
How have you discussed Sprouts and you're not mentioning Ryan? I'm just saying.
A phobia.
Sorry, 1 second.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, that's not spicy.
Sounds like something I would buy.
You said it says strong and it says hot chicken wings, huh? Sounds like he's gone back for more, so that sounds like he is a good one.
But just try one more to make sure that my initial assessment was correct.
Yeah. Cheesy Sprout sounds like lots of noise, all right? As they say, making music with your body. All right, I've heard. Have you heard that song? Yeah.
Cheese and Sprouts.
Max Strong hot chicken wings. That's like Max Strong hot. Ay. Creamy cabbage with bacon. I like the bacon part. I like the cabbage part. I don't need it to be creamy though. Ooh, this is it. This is it right here. That's the slogan, Rosie. Mr. Tom, say it. Oh, he froze on us.
Tom has his mouth full.
Tom, say it again. Oh, he froze on us again. What's up with this?
He's trying to eat.
You got to say the Max Strong chicken wing slogan.
They're hotter the second time around.
There you go. Yeah, creamy cabbage sounds like for the old people.
It's actually all right, to be fair.
But it
sounds like
so give us your synopsis and grade, please.
It is true. There is a slight kick after the fact. I believe, like in perfume.
You mean the
they
second
put the
time
top
around
notes and
already? That's really fast.
The base notes and the top notes and all that. I believe this is what you would get after the aftertaste. I don't know what you're talking about. Wi-Fi is perfectly fine on mine, but
No, you
Anyway.
stopped. You froze multiple times on this side. So give us the score
Outrageous.
so we can get out of here.
72,506 out of 74,512.
That sounds like it's really good. That sounds like it's over 100%.
Did you see how quick his hand's going in and out of that bag?
Yeah, he's having fun. So say bye to the people, Mr. Tom.
Right. Good, Michael. Thank you guys for
Good.
the opportunity. Oh, sorry, God, Tony wants to speak. Go on, mate.
No, I said Gary wants you to talk with your mouth full.
I
Clever
didn't,
man.
but
Clever man
He's trying to
swallow,
get me
Gary.
killed. He's trying to get me killed by the politeness police, but that's all right because Stefan loves politeness and he'll kill me for it. But that's
there
fine.
you go. All right.
In
So
all
is that
seriousness, thank
Yep.
you for having me on, Gary,
Yep.
and for allowing me to indulge my the fact that I just legally wanted to eat on stream, basically.
There you go. There you go. All right. Sam says goodbye. Spencer, you had the cat, but the cat's gone now. But what say you
I
before we
would
get
like
out of
to
here?
Spencer,
He's
Tony,
biting my
Gary.
hand. And to give you an idea, see, it's nuts. Yeah. So, have a good night. There was a good conversation between me and Gary. Getting fucked up right now by the cat. But yeah, no, it's been fun. Hopefully by Saturday, we'll have a better mood. Maybe we'll get a better result this week at Monaco. But yeah, anyway, take care of yourself. It's the holiday season. Make sure to reach out to your family, your friends, your loved ones, those you don't love. Don't have hold grudges for no reason. And take care of yourself and be safe as always. Tough time of year. Don't suffer in silence. Always reach out if you ever need someone to talk to.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Want to say thank you for Tom and Rosie for keeping me company for 3 hours as I watched Deadline Saturday. And I have a question. What the fuck is ultimate cheddar? I mean,
It's better
ultimate-
than cool
Ultimate
cheddar.
cheddar.
It's better than awesome cheddar.
It's like
better
regular
than-
cheddar,
Mm,
but
cheddar.
ultimate.
It's better than smelly cheddar. It's better than you don't want to eat this cheddar. It's better than so cheddar.
The cheddar kind of sounds like our cheddar.
Yeah. All
Gary,
right.
don't-
Say what else you got to say to the people, Mr. Tom?
Mr. Tom or Mr. Tony?
I'm sorry, Mr. Tony. What do you say to the people before we get out of here?
Just enjoy your time. There's more things to life than football. Like Spencer said, holiday season. So some people don't have a proper support and stuff. So I'll always lend their ear because that's important to people. Sometimes they need it when you don't know they need it. So that's why I always answer sincerely when you ask how I am and stuff. I wish more people would do that, besides the guy at Walmart last week, which is a different thing for another time. But have a good week, everybody.
Cool. All right, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if you. It seemed like we had 3 and 4 and 5 different conversations going on. We went from sports to, we ended up with cabbage. To say, and we went in between and everywhere after that. So it was really good. Nice trip.
That's a
Today,
rip off Yeah, so it's a rip-off. Stop indulging people with that rip-off bag sideways shit.
No, I don't know what all this means, but everybody, thank you again for joining us. We'll be back next week. Arsenal plays Monaco and Everton. I think by the time we play again. So hopefully 2 wins. We got to get back on a winning streak. We need this win on Wednesday. Monaco sits right behind us on the table in 8th place. So this is game to stay in the top 8, basically. So it's important that we get the win. And then we move on from there. Everybody, Everton should be a win, but so was Fulham, and so was all these other games we dropped points. So we shall see.
What time are you playing, Gary, on Saturday, out of interest?
On Saturday? On Saturday, we play at... Oh, yeah, it's going to be during the show. So okay. Starts at 10. So we'll probably do a watch-along match day special for you. Right? Yep.
Lovely.
Yep, we'll do that. Yep. So we'll do that. Thank you again for joining. We'll do this again, and we'll get out of here. Have a good night. Don't remember to hit the likes, subscribe, and all that, and we'll check you guys on the next one. But before that, here's a message for you on our way out.